ENOWATE, de krachtige solo van de Britse danser Dickson Mbi, komt op 8 april naar Kerkrade. De titel betekent waarheid staat en Dickson maakte deze solo na een levensveranderende reis naar het huis van zijn voorouders in Kameroen. Dickson is weliswaar geboren in Kameroen, maar groeide op in Oost-Londen en was eigenlijk nooit meer terug geweest naar dat huis van zijn ouders in dat dorp. En toen hij daar was, maakten alle indrukken en alle ontmoetingen zo'n diepe indruk op hem. Het raakte hem zo ontzettend dat hij er wel een choreografie over moest maken, over de vraag: wie ben ik, waar kom ik vandaan en wie en wat zijn mijn echte wortels. Dickson is een fenomeen in de mondiale hiphopwereld als poppindanster. En poppin, dat is een stijl binnen de hiphop die gekarakteriseerd wordt door het aanspannen van spieren en het ontspannen van spieren. En als je dat razendsnel achter elkaar doet, krijg je eigenlijk allemaal popjes en hits die zich door je lichaam golven. En dat samen met allemaal waves levert dat die stijl poppin op. Dickson is daar een fenomeen in. En hij combineert dat niet alleen met allerlei andere vormen van hiphop, maar vooral ook met moderne dans. Want behalve dat hij het boegbeeld is van grote reclamecampagnes, heeft hij ook gewerkt met grote choreografen zoals bijvoorbeeld Russell Maliphant. In 2018 werd hij uitgeroepen tot Outstanding Male Performer en de BBC maakte een korte documentaire over hem, Street to Stage. Wij spraken Dickson over zijn fenomenale carrière als poppendanser, maar ook vooral over zijn eigen fascinerende werk, waaronder deze solo ENOWATE. Hello Dickson, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Annette. Thank you for having me.
You were coming to the Schietmacher Festival with your beautiful solo ENOWATE. First, go back to your background. You started as a poppin dancer. How did you came across with dancing? I heard that it has something to do with a girl.
Yeah, I mean, I started dancing in 2005. Maybe, so,
Hey, there's your son.
yeah, hello.
Hello. Is he dancing also?
A lot. But you can sit down. So I started dancing in 2005 when I was 18, with a group of friends. But it mainly started because I like girls. That was the reason why I started dancing. And then from there I met a group of guys that were doing popping, and they taught me so many things about dance. And I didn't really know anything about dance at that time. So I did popping for about three or 4 years. I won a couple of competitions, and then I met another teacher that introduced me into contemporary dance, and he was really tough on me. He said to me, you know, if you really want to do this properly, you need to go to a school. But you know, I'm African, and I come from a culture where you have to be a doctor, a lawyer, or something. Going to school for dance was not normal. So yeah, but I spoke to my parents. They were like, nah. But then I ended up doing it anyway, because I had a passion for it, and it's been the best thing ever since, you know.
And can you explain what poppin is?
It's a dance style that started in the late 60s, early 70s, due to funk music. So the different styles that came up in that era, you know, like locking. But the dance itself was influenced by the music. A lot of street dance forms are really influenced by music. You know, you hear people say they do hip hop, but it's because hip hop music started around late 80s, early 90s. So a lot of the street dance styles were mainly social dances. And then from there, it became a thing that we found a foundation, where the forerunners created a foundation for it. It has a foundation where you get to practice the contraction of the muscles, and every muscles in your body, you can contract it to the music. And not just for the contraction itself, but also how you dance with it, with the groove.
And you also started first an own group, the Immigrant Poppers?
Yeah, IP was not Immigrant Poppers. It was we called ourselves the immigration poppers because most of us were from different places. Quintessentially, there was only one person that was quintessentially British. That was Becky, but everyone was from the Caribbean, Jamaica, Saint Lucia. Myself from Cameroon, Carlos from Angola, James from South Africa, uh, Alan from Hong Kong, Anthony from Hong Kong. So we had loads of people. But London is a big city. Even though we all grew up in London or born in London, but our cultures, original cultures, are not from the UK. And there was only one person that original culture was from UK. So we all came together every Saturday just to practice. So that's why we thought, we're just a group of people from different places and different cultures. So we just called ourselves immigration poppers because that was the thing that fit at the time. And we were young and we didn't really understand. But so yeah. But we're still good friends, all of us. We still meet up once every Christmas just to say hello, see what everyone's doing.
And after your big career as a poppin dancer worldwide,
Yeah.
you collaborated also with modern dance choreographers like Russell Maliphant. It's one of the. What did you experience? What did you discover with broadening your scope about dance?
Working with Russell was probably one of the best things I've done in my career because he taught me so much more about dance, and it's not just about being virtuosic, and about putting things together. It taught me about space and lighting. So yeah, that was what probably I spent 8 years with Russell, as a dancer, and yeah, that was probably one of the biggest thing in my life. And then working with Akram for a little bit, just for a small period. Then
Akram Khan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I still do a lot of guest performances for different people. I did a guest performance for a company called Boy Blue, a street dance company, so a hip hop company. So I think for me, I like to learn from different people. It's not just about what I bring, because sometimes you need to get just new information sometimes, and the next generation has a lot of new things that I'm really excited for, and I'm really lucky that I'm in this position. I want to learn from them as well. It's not just I don't know it all, I'm still a beginner in this.
And your solo, ENOWATE, your awareness of your body, of the possibilities of lightning, of stage, that all comes together there. Can you tell something about the inspiration source? Because you went back to Cameroon for this.
Yeah, with ENOWATE, I think it was 2016. I think I left Russell in 2015, and I wanted to just understand myself a little bit more and start to do my own path, take my own step as a maker. And then in 2016, I had an opportunity to go to Cameroon to judge a competition as a popping dancer. And then when I went there, I just connected with a lot of different people. But someone in my family, my parents' village passed away. And luckily my mom came with me and she said, let's go to the village. And I was like, I don't know, I've never been. So we traveled 8 hours, no electricity, no light, no phone signal. So, if anything happens to you, you're going to have to wait a long time, to get someone. So we traveled there. And then from there is when I really understood, like, who am I and why my parents are so different. So that helped me a lot. So the inspiration from ENOWATE came from that trip that I went, just because I remember when I came back to London, I felt like I understood myself a lot more. And I was more grounded in who I was. So that was a big thing for me. So I wanted to respond to that with this work, but also the work, connects to a lot of mythical things that are really important to who I am and my culture, and also ENOWATE. So my middle name is Eno, and in the village where my parents are from, they call me ENOWATE. It means truth stands, and I did not know that. So so going there really helped me understand. That's why this piece is called ENOWATE, because it's my truth and it stands for me, you know.
The documentary Street to Stage follows you in your breakthrough to the modern dance world. Is it for you, because you was famous as a poppin dancer, how is it for you that you was famous as a poppin dancer and now they're speaking about a breakthrough?
So not being involved in the popping world or the street dance world was quite hard for me because that's where I come from, you know. Um, so focusing a lot on developing a company or developing my creative language, or you know, that was a big thing. So yeah, I would say 2007, 2017 and 2018 was a big journey and a big breakthrough for me, and I'm really lucky that they could they could they could document it, and I had the opportunity to show the world that. But I'm still heavily involved still in the street dance world. I think it's important not to leave. I think it's where I'm from. I always remember where I'm from. So it's important to, yeah, not to be so far away. You know, now it's hard because, you know, I've got a son and I've got to do all these other things, but I do still try to be involved with that world.
You're presenting your solo in the Schietmacher Festival that's celebrating the 30th edition, like 30th year. You are now 39.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
39.
Do you have an advice for people who are now in the 30s or now becoming 30 in a very difficult way world? They have to make important choices. Do you have an advice?
Just do what you really want in your life, what you really believe in. Because sometimes people would always tell you to do something. People always tell you to do this. But one advice I got before, if you're the most smartest person in the room, change the room, you know, and do some things with purpose, because you never regret it, you know. And I think that's one of the things that really helped me. I always went for it, and I tried to give my all, not 100%, give everything, because you never know who's watching, you never know who you influence, you never know who you can affect, and that also has an impact on you as a person. You know, I think there's a lot of advice I can give, but I think those ones are the most important one, and also not to feel sorry for yourself. You know, I think it's a thing where it's hard sometimes to get resilience in life. But bad things happen, good things happen, but don't feel sorry for yourself. Just keep on going. And I think that is something I wish people told me earlier, because I know sometimes I would be like, oh, everything is so bad. And I feel, feel really down. I'm not saying don't feel down, but I'm saying get back up and keep going. Because when you feel sorry for yourself, you attract, it's like you are an energy. You attract a lot of negative things. But if you keep going with positive energy, you attract more positive things that come to you. So that's the things I think I wanna leave. And also, as I give that advice, I also give that to myself, even to today. Yeah.
Thanks, Dickson. We're
No
looking
problem.
forward to your solo ENOWATE
Yeah.
and, of course, also the documentary. Thanks.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm working really hard. It's different now when you have a son or you have a family. Your practice time changes. Like look at this meeting. You came like so many times. So the focus is so difficult sometimes. But I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope I can enjoy with the people from Stigmata, and yeah, and I hope they can connect with me.